Hi everyone, so this is the second video. Probably get interrupted by this young man who will come and go as we talk. So today's video is about breathing, one of the really important things about singing. So think about your breathing as being like the petrol that you put in a car. It's the thing that makes it go. The engine does the hard work, and we'll talk about the engine in the next video, but in this one we're going to talk about that petrol that makes your voice happen, which is breathing. So you probably know how to breathe. It's one of the first things you learn when you're born, but you've maybe never had to think about how to breathe because it just happens. Our bodies know that we need to take in oxygen and get rid of it, but when we're singing we need to think really carefully about how we use our breath. So we are going to do some exercises to show you how to do that, and these will be some of the things we've talked about in our lessons. I'm going to back off a little bit, so probably talk a bit louder so you can still hear me, and Derek will probably play in the background and cause a bit of amusement. We're going to walk past right now. Okay, so, he didn't. So I'm stepping back so that you can see what I'm talking about. So when you breathe for singing, we breathe down here from the bottom of our rib cage. Now I know that your lungs are in kind of this part of your body, here-ish. But when we breathe, we need to think about them being down here. So just put your hands on the side of your rib cage and take a really big deep breath in and feel your ribs move. Now when you're breathing to sing, you want to breathe that way and not this way. Because you'll see when I breathe that way, where my shoulders go really tense and I can't really sing. So I'm going to be breathing from down here into my rib cage. I heard an operatic soprano once talk about this as breathing down into your hips. And it really does feel like that. So when you're breathing using your rib cage, you're trying to fill all of your belly with air. If you've ever done any yoga, we talk about this a lot in yoga, about filling your belly space with air and letting it out again. So it feels like you're filling up down here, even though you're not, because your lungs are up there. Your lungs have something like 6 or 7 litres worth of capacity. We only use a tiny little bit of that. But if you exercise your lungs doing this kind of breathing more often, you can increase that capacity. And while you're doing that, you also get better at using that air. And again, we'll look at that in the next video, which is going to be about support. So when you breathe in, I want you to think about breathing in, not like a dragon has just pounced into the garden. Big dragon pounced across here instead of my daft dog. Then you'd probably go, and you can see the tension straight away in my shoulders. And doing that, I'm taking in air to the top part of my lungs, which is fairly useless really for singing or for playing a wind instrument, because exactly the same breathing applies across both different kinds of music. So we're not going to breathe like we've seen a dragon. We're going to breathe like we've seen a unicorn. Now you might not like unicorns, but you've got to think of something that's similar. So for me, it's a shiny unicorn. It's all glittery and lovely, and it's and you go, oh, a shiny unicorn. But your equivalent might be some kind of really amazing aircraft. Maybe the new F-35 goes flying by, or maybe it's Justin Bieber or somebody like that. But whatever it is that makes you go kind of, that's amazing. That thing, you know, when you were really little and an amazing present arrived on Christmas Day and you'd go, that's the kind of air you want to be taking in. So here are some exercises that you can try at home, and they all start with taking a good breath into your rib cage. And then how you get rid of that air changes, just to keep it interesting. So you could breathe in and then sigh to get rid of the air. While you're doing that, you're also making your vocal cords work, which is sort of a bonus. You could breathe in and then blow it out like you're fogging up a window. Or you could breathe in and shush it out. Or, I can't do very well. It's really hard and you have to get your tummy involved, and actually you do spit a little bit. Or you could breathe in and hiss. The reason we do those is that they are working these muscles more when you're breathing out. They're not just passive breathing, they are active breathing outs. So there are some exercises you can do just any time really for practicing your breathing. Now the other thing about breathing is that it's really good for your well-being, which right now when I'm filming this in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic is really important, because you're breathing, hi Derek, you're breathing helps you to calm down. It helps relieve stress. It can get rid of anger. Yeah, see, Derek's doing that by going in the garden and playing ball. But it can really help with all that stuff. Really good for managing your mental health at a time like this. And there's an exercise that my yoga teacher taught me, which I will now teach you, which is really good for just calming down and dealing with anything that's worrying you. So take your hand, take your other hand, and you're going to trace around each digit on your hand. And as you do that, you breathe in as you trace up, and then out as you go down. So in and out. And try and do that really slowly and carry on until you've got all the way around your hand. So that's 5 good breaths. And you'll find once you've done that, everything just feels a little bit better. I heard someone say once that sighing is a sign to your cells to chill out. So while you're reminding yourselves that it's okay and grounding yourself and saying, no, I can do this. So really good breathing exercises. You can then link that breathing with your voice. So one of the exercises that we might have done in our lessons goes like this. Ooh, shh. And by the end of that shush, you should have pushed out all the air that's left in your lungs. Derek having fun behind me. And then you can make that exercise go up in semitones, half steps, as we quite often do. So, oh my goodness, he really is going for it now. I'm going to keep it filming though, because you can laugh at him. Listen back to me later. Just watch this fool running around. He's got a wonderful life as that boy. Hi, so now let's look at some of the exercises that join together that breathing work we've just done with your voice. I'm now in my little studio bit of the music room that my lovely husband set up for me. Excuse the headphones, just means I can hear what's going on a bit better. So we're going to start off with the 5, 4, 3, 2 shh exercise. So we're going to use the vowel oo, but we don't sing ooh, we sing ooh, a bit posher, and we'll talk about why when we get to the vowels video. But for now, a nice posh ooh. We're going to do this in a wide range because your voices have all got different ranges. And there are no prizes for a big long shh. There should really be prizes for a really short shh. So at the end of each pattern, you're going to shh the rest of the air out of your lungs as quickly as you can. Here we go. And breathe in between each one as well. Take a good unicorn breath. Ooh, shh. Good job, I'm a singing teacher, not a piano teacher, isn't it? Okay, second exercise is the Hysterical Owl. So you remember this goes hoo, 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 hoo. And we're going to sing that on each note of a scale of C major, for those who need to know. So one on each one, making sure you're bouncing that sound off your tummy as you're doing it. Hoo. And the last one is the ha 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 song. This is one of my favourites. So the words are ha ha ha. And on each ha, you want to bounce it with your tummy. So by the time you've sung all of these exercises through, it should feel like you've been doing sit-ups, that your tummy muscles have really been working hard. So the song goes ha 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 ha, and you're using your tummy all the way through that. You might not, in the ha 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 ha's, you might not get a single tummy bounce for each one, but keep your tummy working throughout that whole thing. The tune goes up in a little sequence, and then there's a little bit at the end that's slightly different. So it goes like this. So I'm going to sing that through a couple of times now so you can join in. The second time will be faster. Ha 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 And there you go, just 3 simple exercises I'll say simple, not that simple, but 3 exercises you can use to connect your breathing with your voice. And I will see you again next time when we're going to be talking about support.